Hello, everybody. I am your host. That's right. It's Jessica Koch, and we are back again with Profound Professionals, the interview series that has been featuring industry experts from all over the world for over 8 years now. We feature people who will help improve your personal life or who will help you grow your business. Today I have a really interesting and amazing guy. He's all about the numbers and making the profits go in the right direction. Zoe is a financial manager. He is also the CEO and founder of Zopia, and they are just going to help you and guide you in their process to make the money go up and up and up. And we're going to learn how that might work. So welcome, Zoe.
Thank you for having me, Jessica. It's a pleasure.
Well, I will give my warnings up and early. As you know, I am the Italian mother of seven, about to have eight grandchildren, but I am not your mama. I am not your financial planner, your lawyer, your medical doctor, advisor. Go see a financial planner, talk to a lawyer, see an expert, see a specialist. But we're going to hear about Zoe's journey, what's worked for him, what's worked for some of his clients, and just have a conversation of thoughts and our opinions. And we would love for you to put in the comments some of your thoughts and opinions too. Zoe, tell us, how did you get into the world of the numbers and the money and starting Zopia, and where did this all come from?
That's a great question, Jessica. When I think about my story, it brings me all the way back to my past,
Mm,
my childhood, actually. So I didn't even know I was getting started in the numbers. I just knew it just kind of came about, right?
right.
And so it wasn't so much about the love of the numbers, but more so what you can actually do with it. So back in the day, in high school, actually, I
Hmm.
was an entrepreneur. I used to sell candy to all of my classmates throughout the school year. And little did I know that that was going to be the start of this journey of entrepreneurship. So I got accustomed with managing cost, predicting profitability, building relationships with my customers, aka my classmates, figuring out what they wanted, what they didn't want, the chocolate versus the sweet tooth people, right? And
Hmm.
so through that experience, I really learned to love business, actually,
Hmm.
like which is the goal of what we're doing. So fast forward, about was that 15 years? Oh my goodness. So yeah, fast forward to now, those same passions that I had in high school carry me on to today. So now what we do as a CPA firm, right? I'm a CPA by license, is we work with business owners to envision their financial future. So to predict their financial futures so that they can make the right decisions, whether or not, for opportunities for profit or in case there are things on the horizon that they need to guard against. So we just provide that guidance in that way.
I love that. I love that. And so, where are people when they come stumbling through your door or bringing their big shoebox of paperwork and receipts hanging out the flaps and going, what do I do with this mess? How do they get some guidance, and kind of where are they in their process?
Sure, that's a good point. When people come to us, I get it all from both sides of the spectrum. People who have never started a business or who have started a business and don't know the first step, the first few steps, or people who are very established in business and they've been in the game for a few years, and so they just need a little bit more sophisticated guidance and
Hmm.
support. And so we have services, we provide services to both sides of the spectrum. And
Hmm.
so it just really, no matter where you are, right, a lot of the services overlap, at least a lot of what we're able to do overlap. So you got to get organized. That's fundamental. You got to set the
Hmm.
groundwork. Is the data that's entering into your accounting system reliable? So we help to make sure that that process is smooth and clean. Then we talk about, how do we actually interpret that financial data? Is it actually helping you make certain decisions or make profitable decisions, right? And then what can we do to see the future with those numbers? So it's a very simple step. It's basically three steps: foundation, analysis, and then let's predict the future and figure out what we can do. But depending on the business, how large they are, the industry that they fall into, there can be some nuance in that service. And so again, we get everyone from all from all walks of life.
Well, from the big picture view, how could you give everybody out there a tip?
Yeah,
And actually, I'm wondering beyond,
yeah,
before you answer the tip question,
sure.
beyond just the CPA piece and actually having clients, do you
Yeah,
support the community in other ways, like workshops or group coaching or online courses? Or really, are you strictly working with clients that come in to work with you based on your different service offerings?
yeah, yeah. So the when people hear about a CPA, what you'll find is that when people come to us, they tend to see their CPA as the person that can do anything, right? They
Hmm.
go to the CPA for anything and all things that are financial, right?
Hmm.
And so a lot of times our services are hinged and fundamentally is a part of coaching. So the numbers and things, that's us advising you on how to actually organize those stuff. But a lot of what we do is teach our clients. So even the clients that work with us on a monthly basis, regular basis, we're simply just coaching them on how to run their businesses. And so that carries over to podcasts like these,
Hmm.
group webinars or invitations to go to, some organizations invite us to go and speak and give something, and to teach just on a specific subject matter, right?
Mhm,
So it kind of it we're a CPA coach, I guess you say. That's why I like to introduce ourselves as financial managers and
mhm,
not just a CPA, because taxes can be, a pigeonhole. So one element to the thing that we're able to provide so that
mhm,
you can see. Yeah, one element to the thing that we're able to provide. So financial management, coaching, teaching, that's really where our lane is.
and does that cover, your services, or do you wanna describe each of your
Yeah.
services before we move on?
Yeah, sure. So that kind of does cover it, right? But
Mhm,
more explicitly, if you were to come and we were on a call discussing, hey, I want to work with you. Our goal is to be able to fill in that gap where that gap that you for your need from a
mhm,
financial perspective. So we have services all the way up to our lead service, which is a financial executive.
mhm,
You might know that as a traditional CFO. So we provide that strategic analyses and that guidance for your business overall holistically. Then
mhm,
you may not need such a sophisticated executive. So we have what we call a financial manager. And so that's what you're going to have, a traditional accountant in your firm that's going to not only take care of your financial reporting needs, may give you some custom KPI tracking and dashboarding.
mhm,
But you're also going to get your tax preparation and all that kind of boiled up into there as well as some low level advisory. Then if you're not even there, you just, hey, I got all these shoebox, I have a shoebox of receipts. I don't know how to get this thing organized. We're even able to drop down and even provide you some financial bookkeeping, right? That's the fundamental. All of our services are hinged on that. So we
mhm,
love to. It just depends on your need in that way.
mhm. Alright, now give us a tip. We need something that,
Yeah,
the big picture everyone could apply. We love having a good juicy tip.
sure, sure. So this is the tip that I've been mulling over for the last couple of weeks, and it's really this idea that as a business owner, your primary focus is actually your business, and sometimes we lose track of that focus when we think about taxes. I get a lot of people coming to me, and the first question that they say, or the first thing that they mention when we get on the call is like, "Hey, I want to pay $0 in taxes. This person pays taxes. I heard that I can do this strategy in taxes." And what I found and learned through those conversations is that tax strategies won't actually make you rich, right? And that's a misconception that social media and things promulgate, is that
Mhm,
the more tax strategies you go out there and you find, it's going to actually help you build generational wealth, big business, all that. But it's actually counterintuitive, because taxes
mhm,
are actually a response to what you've already been doing as a business, right? So
mhm,
that's why when we have clients and we talk to them, we coach them primarily that you want to first focus on cash flow. Cash flow helps produce profit. Then what you do with that profit automatically generates a tax liability. And so what
mhm,
you do with that profit dictates on how successful you're going to be with tax season. So one, the tip is tax strategies won't make you rich. And the second part of that tip is you solve taxes first with cash flow planning.
Mhm.
Second, with strategies that reduce the bill.
Mm, I like that. Cash flow planning. We want
Yeah.
a lot of cash flow coming in
Yeah.
and less going out. That's
Yeah.
the big plan. More coming in, less going out. That's the big plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my big plan. That sums it up.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
More in than goes out,
I
please.
know. That's a simple equation.
Yes, that's exactly right. So, one of the things about our show that just warms my heart and
Yeah.
our community who follows us, and please hit that share button and stick in the comments the cause that you care about. We love to ask our guests to share a cause that's close to your heart.
Yeah, I have a great cause actually. So I support in a variety of ways this nonprofit called the Cybersecurity Intellects. They're essentially a group that provides information about cybersecurity and data security or data privacy
Mm,
to the general public. And they also talk about how that relates to pop culture and the things that we engage with on a day-to-day basis in our private lives. I really love them because they go to different schools as well and teach, and just give lectures and support the students there who are in those majors of cybersecurity. And so I think it's pretty cool, and I haven't seen it before. So the cybersecurity intellects.
that's super, super cool. It's one I haven't heard of before either.
Yeah.
So I love
Mhm.
that you taken the time to share it. Now,
Sure.
I will also tell you that we have a book. We're a book obsessed community. Our following, we love our books. And so, if you could share with us a book that was close to your heart or helped you grow your business, you know what to do out there. Stick it in the comments too. We want to hear from you about your
Yeah.
books. But give us a book that inspired your personal life or helped you grow your business.
Uh, This book actually inspired my personal life and my business both ways. It just gives me a different framework on how I think about putting in effort. And the book is actually right behind me. I'm going to grab it for you.
All right.
It's called 10x is easier than 2x. Oh, wait, you can't even
Ah,
see that, can you?
that's all right. We got it.
It's called, there it is.
There it is.
10x
10x
is
is
easier
easier
than
than
2x.
2x. That's good
That's
math
the,
too.
yeah, that's,
You're a math man.
yeah. So it's by Dan Sullivan with Dr. Benjamin Hardy.
Mhm,
And this book really just really helped me um, to learn how to focus my efforts on quality. You know,
mhm.
it's interesting that the same amount of effort that you put for maintaining the status quo is the same
Mhm.
amount of effort that it will take to transform your entire life or your entire business. The same amount of effort it is
Good,
to fish the small fish in the small
good.
lake is the same amount of effort it'll take to fish the big fish in the big lake. And so it really taught me, don't settle. Go for what's going to produce, life profit, if you will, for lack of better
Yeah.
words. But go for the big goal because if the same effort is applied to both, you might as well go after the large goal.
It's funny, I've been doing some kind of final quarter of the year, approaches, taking a look at what's the plan for first quarter of next year,
Yeah,
and kind of doing some of that evaluation in internally and with the company as a whole, from like try to stand back and see where are we going and what's the big picture, and is it still in alignment with everything I'm doing. And I find myself more and more asking myself the question, what brings me the ultimate joy? Where do I feel the most love? And implying that in all aspects of my business as well as in my personal life. And I think that that's to me where the 10x comes, because
yeah,
when you do things attached to energy of joy and love, 10x comes on its own. The universe sends it, it just
yeah,
it blows up because you're doing something truly authentic, truly deep, and truly joyful and loving. And what you're doing is wonderful because you're helping companies be successful, companies build out legacy for future generations. and also, tap into their passions and their bigger goals, using the resources from what they're doing today to grow to something big for tomorrow. So that's pretty cool. I love that you shared that book. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, no problem.
And so I am thinking, if you're out there and you're an author, and or you're a speaker, or you help businesses grow, or you can help someone's personal life, I'm thinking maybe you should be on the show. Reach out to our team. We'll let you know how to do that, and we can put you in the spotlight just as we have done our amazing guest here, Zoe. I hope you've really enjoyed being on our show today, Zoe. You've given a lot of great advice.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely have enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
It is my pleasure. And I'm thinking we're going to squeeze one final thought out of you. Can you give us a piece of information or inspiration or anything we haven't covered today as we close the show?
For sure. So it's interesting. Like as of 2 months ago, I started playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Pickleball is a real popular sport these days and in my area.
I think you're a little
And
young for pickleball.
I know that just means I have a long career ahead of me. Right. So one of the things that I picked up on the pickleball court as a beginner is this idea that precision beats power. So precision over
Ah,
power. Right. So a lot of the older folk who are teaching, giving the tips say, look, you don't
very
have to go out
wise and seasoned. We'll
there.
go with wise
Wise
and
and
seasoned.
seasoned, yes, wise and seasoned counterparts, colleagues, mentor and give this wisdom that precision beats power. So in the game, if you're out there so much with so much enthusiasm, blasting everything away, you
Mm,
actually tend to make more mistakes because of the power you're implementing, right? And so they emphasize precision, knowing where you're going to place a ball, being able to predict and say, okay, do everything with intention. This is where I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. How I'm going to hit it left. I'm going to hit it right. And I think that just mirrors so much about financial management, right?
mm,
Precision over, excess effort and striving, right? Being
yeah,
able to see where you are, where you want to go, and chart a specific path on how to actually get there. Right. And I
yeah.
see that as two sides of the same coin. So that's my final tip.
Well, what I heard is these seasoned professionals are winning with their precision over your
Yes,
youthful power.
yes, pretty much. No, it actually, yeah. I'll throw in another one, precision and patience, because
Ah,
it'll just increase your odds of winning. And when you don't make mistakes, when you're patient, when you're precise on what you do, you have a better chance of actually winning the game instead
mm.
of trying to win that 1 point maybe.
I love that. I love that. I love how humble you are, and I'm happy for your future career in pickleball. And I will thank you again for being such a great guest on our show. Well, thank you all of you out there watching. And until the next show, I am still your host, Jessica Koch. This is still Profound Professionals. We'll be back again soon, but until next time, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.